They burned the shop on Sunday. Then in the afternoon again, they went upstairs again and put it on. Put another fire again. To see how heartless somebody is. You burn this place, it's not enough for you. You still go back again. Show me the love. Tell me, how does love and goes in there? There's no brotherly whole love there. We are all one Africa.
This is really getting out of hands. So once again, South Africa again is facing rising tension as ongoing protests continue to affect many African immigrants living in the country. Reports and videos circulating online shows shops being destroyed, properties burned down, and many people living in fear regardless of whether you have the legal documents or not. This situation has sparked serious conversation across Africa about unity, safety, immigration, and the treatment of fellow Africans in the continent. In this video, we take a closer look at what really is happening on the grounds, the reaction from different African countries, and why many people are calling for peace and unity in Africa.
We are all from Malawi, so we are affected too much. We are here to fight for our own freedoms. This country is part of Africa, so we are free here. We can do the business along the streets as long as we are Africans together. We are so strong. That's why we are here. You can hear the noise around the back, our back. So that noise is for us. We are fighting so that all of us, we must make it. This is Africa. Africa is for Africa. You can find the Africa in Morocco. You can find the Africa in Malawi.
But we are
all Africa.
Hey, brother. This is not. Hey, brothers. Hey, brothers. Hey, brothers. Dimela. My name is Tumo Molawane. I'm the Northwest Province Small Business Development Council chairperson. Brother, we cannot allow this. We cannot allow artisans and laborers coming from other provinces to come and work in our land, in our vicinity, in our town, whereas our people are the consumers here. No, I cannot speak to this one. This lady doesn't own Chicken Licky. You are the owner here. We always see you in this one. I'm saying, brother, listen. I'm not here to fight or whatever, but I am telling you guys, we cannot accept this. We cannot be accepting this. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Huh? Look at these laborers. Look at these artisans. These are not our Botswana people from the Northwest Province. Look at this guy. You want to tell us that we don't have people with this skill in the Northwest Province? No, this is unacceptable. But our people are the ones that should come and buy more Chicken Licky. Look at this guy. You want to tell me that in the Northwest Province, in Mafikeng, you don't have anyone that can do a tile like this? No, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We cannot be like. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We cannot be having laborers coming from Gauteng, coming from everywhere to come and then our people they must come. But then when there are business opportunities and job opportunities to benefit our Gauteng, our people do not have. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Tomorrow, Chicken Licky.
They burned the shop on Sunday. Then in the afternoon again, they went upstairs again and put it on. Put another fire again. To see how heartless somebody is. You burn this place, it's not enough for you. You still go back again. Show me the love. Tell me, how does love and goes in there? There's no brotherly whole love there. We are all one Africa.
Most shopkeepers from countries like Ethiopia, Somalia, and other parts of Africa have closed their businesses in anticipation of looting.
As you can see here, the police are protecting properties, businesses, shops that belong to African migrants. They said that they were attacked last night precisely because they are not South African.
Some countries have said their citizens must be cautious. I think it's Kenya, one or two others, even Lesotho.
Yeah.
Saying that there's a lot of xenophobic and so. How do you deal with this whole issue, especially that is riling up other countries, our friends in the continent?
We are not xenophobic. There is a group of fools sponsored by government to create an impression that was xenophobic, but the real issue is black on black violence, to divert attention from real issues. The same strategy was used in the early 90s when we were supposed to concentrate on what was about to happen, bringing democracy, which was an immediate task at the time. They sponsored black on black violence, and interestingly, they did it in KZN and Gauteng. And that's where these xenophobic things are happening. They are happening in KZN and Gauteng. Black on black violence.
This is the message to South African government. I want the South African government to know. La Rignela. ANC government, La Rignela. We can never have foreigners pulling people here in our country. And we always saying La Rignela, La Nya government. That's South Africa. La Nya. I want it to reach Panyaza, I want it to reach Ramaphosa, and whoever was there, La Nya.
That's why we won't allow the foreigner to bull me.
Yes. Let me tell you, Baba. Yes. You see here in South Africa. Let me tell you, here in South Africa, you are going to leave. Do you understand?
Belfordine residents are not going to allow him to stop this woman to operate this bakery. She's been operating this bakery for 9 years. Right now, as we speak, she received a letter from your boss to say she must vacate that place within a month. That is not going to happen.
I'm opening a shop there. It's an Archer shop. So one of the guys came to me and tell me that I mustn't sell chips there. I must sell only and then you know what it was happening? I said, okay, right, I'm gonna put chips there to sell the chips. And then they said, right, you know what, because you are opening an Archer shop, you must sell only Archer. I said, who are you? I told them, I said, who are you? That's why now I put Zimbas there, and then I told them I'm gonna put cold drinks also there. Because now they said, okay, right, if you're gonna sell the cold drinks, the chips, and all everything, we'll talk with the boss so that you mustn't open a shop here anymore.
A South African who wants to run a shop in this community, you are going to run a shop. There's no Pakistani or Bangladeshi or whoever is going to come from wherever and tell you what you do in your country. We know that you guys bribe Home Affairs officials, but we are going to bring our own people.
That's why we are here. You can hear the noise around the back, our back. So that noise is for us. We are fighting. We are all from Malawi, so we are affected too much. We are here to fight for our own freedoms. This country is part of Africa, so we are free here. We can do the business around the streets as long as we are Africans together. We are so strong. That's why we are here. You can hear the noise around the back, our back. So that noise is for us. We are fighting so that That's why we are here. You can hear the noise. All of us, we must make it. This is Africa. Africa is for Africa. You can find the Africa in Morocco. You can find the Africa in Malawi.
But we are
all Africa. This is Africa. Africa is for Africa. You can find the Africa in Morocco. You can find the Africa in Malawi.
But we are
all Africa.
En fait, à 100K on my like
You guys must go to a private clinic, not this one. We don't want you here. We don't want you here. Go to a private clinic. Yeah. Go. Don't care. Hamba. Oh. The constitution of this country says a foreign national needs to go to a private facility. These people are stealing your medication. It's your right as South Africans to get a primary health care for free, not a foreigner. If you find a foreigner here, you must be accountable. If a foreigner is going to be seen here and you leave them, that will be your problem.
First, Ghana has started repatriating nationals caught up in xenophobic violence in South Africa. 300 Ghanaians have registered with their embassy asking for help for being sent home amidst an uptick in anti-immigrant protests and alleged assaults and intimidation of other African nationals in South Africa. Our Justice Baidu brings us more from Ghana.
At least 200 Ghanaians are said to have reported cases of by force takeover of their businesses and harassment in South Africa, especially within the KwaZulu-Natal area. The government of Ghana will be bearing the cost of this repatriation, including those who do not currently have the required paperwork to travel. President John Dramani Mahama this week granted approval for the Foreign Affairs Ministry to begin the process with around 300 persons living.
The unrest in South Africa and the violence against immigrants. We are joined once more by Jan Yako. He's a professor of economics at New York University. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How bad is the situation, would you describe, in these townships in South Africa?
Okay, so I think it's important first to say to your viewers that South Africa is a very beautiful country. I mean, many of the cities, houses there, they look like California. The townships are where large numbers of blacks live. It's a carryover from the apartheid days when everybody was, put apart, if you will. And yes, very crowded, problems with housing. The administration since '94 have built about 3 million, structures for the blacks there. But still, there are about 1 million people living in shacks, living on top of each other, no water, no electricity. Yes, so there are sections of it which are very, very bad.
How does that translate into a hatred against immigrants?
Yeah, so I think there, you should understand that the unemployment rate in South Africa is very high. And so the foreigners are being blamed for taking the jobs, unfairly so, but that's a huge part of the resentment, okay? There are
but you say that's a false perception.
That's a false perception. There are relatively small numbers of them, 100,000 Mozambicans, 100,000 Zimbabweans. There are bigger issues, but as in all societies, when something as, difficult as unemployment hits the country and they're trying to explain it away, they look for scapegoats.